Hi guys, this is Outlaw from Team Crimson, and I'm going to be doing a short tutorial about how to improve your shot and different tactics in Counter-Strike Global Offensive. So we're playing on Inferno. Right now it's just me and Lethal. We're killing some bots. Eventually we'll have two other people from Crimson joining up just for some practice. That'll be P-Web and Excision. But bots are a great way of just getting to learn the maps, learn some of the hit points, how the recoil works of the guns, and just getting down that short 1 to 2 shot burst. The AK has a great 1-shot burst. You know, the M4A1, Galil, FAMAS, most of them you got to use be able to do a 2 to 3 shot burst. But if you can just learn to control that recoil and get the nice quick flick, then you'll be able to master that. Now here we're CT. Right now I'm deciding what to buy. I get some armor. I usually go with armor and helmet, just so that way I don't have to rebuy anything later. Checking my corners. A lot of players like going to the top of apartments. This is a good quick way to get up there. Right now I'm listening. The key to doing well in Counter-Strike is using your audio. You don't want to over-peak, over-commit. You can always use your audio to help you. Right now I'm walking, because if you walk, it is very hard to hear those footsteps. Keep a constant eye on your mini-map, so that way you always know where other players are. Right now I heard footsteps. I'm not sure where they're coming from. I think it's inside this building. Now here you're going to see that he went up to the top of apartments, and I did not give the call out to my teammate, and he got shot. So now I'm pushing in to try to get the pick. Again, these are just bots, you know. I'm definitely not as good as it's going to make me look towards the end, you'll see, but it's just a good way to help get the basics down before you go into actual, you know, competitive or classic play, because there are some really good players in there, and that's not even taken into account if you want to get into competitive play. That's another level entirely. But what makes it a lot of fun is that you actually have organized play, and that then you can work with your teammates to capitalize on different mistakes that your opponents will make. So here we are, we're Lethal's opping them. He's in banana right now. Another key thing is you should learn to name specific spots on the map, so that way you can have quick communication. Another thing I gotta learn is that I keep looking at the leaderboards to see who's alive. That's just an old standing habit from previous Counter-Strikes, whereas now you can look in the top corner. So right there, that's a bot controlled by a player. So I use my footsteps to hear where he's coming from, and then, well, the first guy I saw the frickin' op sticking out from the sandbag, so that was a pretty easy pick. The trick to using the op is exposing the least amount of your body as possible, and if you can, and you're quick with it, try to be aggressive with it in the beginning, so that way you can give your team the quick early advantage. Because if you can go 5-4 on them, then you can just bait them out the whole time. You don't want to push a CT too. That's another trick. Now right here, you know, they're bots, so I felt pretty optimistic about rushing in with the pistol there. Again, this is just kind of helping you learn the flanks, the different spots on the map, Unfortunately, if you're playing any, classic competitive in public gameplay, you can only get one flash, one of any grenade. But a lot of mods are coming out for that you can now have 2 to 3 flashes. You can still only have 3 grenades. You can't have 4 like previous Counter-Strikes, but you can have multiple flashes, and that will probably continue over into competitive play, hopefully. Now here I'm just waiting them out. I'm not gonna over peek. Some of you might consider this camping, but in Counter-Strike where you can get a quick headshot, it's a necessity. Now right there, the first shot was pretty bad, but I eventually got both of them. Heard someone at bomb. I'm looking, just checking. I checked library, and I checked house, and now we got the pick. Right there, that's one of the good things to do, is to try to pinch him. That way you can get him from both sides. 2v1 situation, it's always in your favor. The P250 right there, I love that pistol. It has 6 more shots than the Deagle, and it can still get a 1-shot headshot at close range. It doesn't penetrate as much, but it is cheaper than the Deagle, and it will allow you to be able to afford either a flashbang or a smoke. It's very nice. Right here, Excision was getting really angry at me. I don't know why he kept peeking me there. But if you have the first peek with the op, it should be pretty easy. Now another trick is here I'm double zooming, just because I have the advantage and it's a long corridor. But you want to try to stick with only using one zoom. It's a lot quicker, it's more efficient. After your shots here, this is some of my early gameplay. I'm not double tapping Q. That will make it so you have a quicker reload with the op. At least it was in previous Counter-Strikes. I still have that habit that I've been using. So right here, I'm just watching mid. As you can see, bots are just running in. There's not really any logic. As you can see, I still need a lot of work too. I'm not getting the quick flick op shots. I'm still practicing too. I'm mainly an assault guy, so I'm trying to improve. If you want to learn how to get your net graph, you just do net_graph and type 1. That'll show you your FPS, your in and out frames, your ping, your lerp, all the good things. Your update rate, that's very important. Eventually I'll do a tutorial on different commands, because they're definitely very beneficial. If you guys played Battlefield 3, they had the latency slider. Here in Counter-Strike, it's a lot more reliable. Commands here have been used since 1.6 in source, so there's a lot of time, and people have been able to figure it out. I didn't even understand the Battlefield one that well. There, I think I shot my own teammate. I'll have more videos posted of me actually playing real players. It's definitely a good start though. Just get a couple buddies, play some bots. Maybe each of you could just be on a different bot team, and then you could just, if you die, you can grab another bot. It's a lot more forgiving that way. You get more practice in, more shots. I'd say one of the best ways though, if you are looking to improve your shot, is definitely deathmatch. You'll be like 20v20 in these small maps. It's very close quarters. There's random spawns everywhere. That is a big peeve of mine about it. People will be spawning behind you, but it definitely works with getting the quick shot and learning to aim for the head and to just do a quick 2-shot burst, because that is the most accurate And if you crouch, it gives you more accuracy, and it could deter the other player from hitting you in the head. You might miss, you might overcompensate. It's very good, very helpful. Again, I'm walking just because it makes it that much harder for them to spot me or hear me.